Hi guys, Sarah from Cyclone Designs. I'm going to do another test today using this new resin, which is a Redbox crystal epoxy resin. So when I did it the other day, it was a great big fail. I got some successes in that I actually got lacing happening with the white by adding some alcohol. So I'm going to do that again today. I've just mixed up a little bit now. I'm also doing a test with it. Both the MDF boards, so one's got melamine, the other doesn't. Actually, it's just the back side of another piece. So I'm going to do it like a, is it triptych? I don't know. I don't know what it's called, but I'm going to try pouring across both of them. I'm not putting any edges or anything. It's quite cold here today, so I'm just going to, hope not put too much on here and see what it does. In moving around. Luckily the coasters that I got out of the stuff I rescued the other day seems to be setting. It does say 3 days for a full cure, which unlike the other laminating resin, which was 24 hours. So yeah, I'm still giving it another day or so. As I said, I think I mixed it wrong. So what I'm using color wise is this pink that I bought off Wish. My white, I'm just using a Montmartre acrylic rather than using the Liquitex ink as I have. I want to see if I can get it to work with the paint, and this is called Emperor. So although it looks like a black, it's actually a purple, so we'll see what happens. No particular form or anything in mind. I'm just gonna pour. Actually, I'm gonna let these sit for a little while. I want them to get a bit thicker. As I said, being cold here today, they should hopefully stay quite thick. Actually, no, I'm going to start pouring some on and we will see what happens. Let's do it if we're going from one to the other. As I said, this looks really dark, but it's actually a purple. So I'm hoping as I said, I've got no particular design in mind. I just want to pour it and I want to see how these colours interact as well. When there's, especially when there's a considerably lighter versus darker. Actually, that purple's gorgeous. Let's go with a little bit more on this side. Done it what equates to about 150 grams. Which I think should more than cover the two. Alright, that's all the pink gone. Actually, it's a really pretty pink. I thought by the colour of the powder that it wasn't going to be anywhere near as nice as it is. I'm going to go a little bit more on this side. Oh, wind's blowing. I'm sitting outside, just outside in my entertainment area now. So far it hasn't actually pushed over the edges. I'm hoping I'm actually pretty level. Might just tilt them back. I have a feeling this side's slightly lower. That's probably to do with my table. Let me see if I can grab something. Okay, so I've just tilted them backwards a little bit. I'm hoping that's going to kind of be enough. Might not be. And as usual, I forgot to put my gloves on. Luckily I haven't had anything on my hands. It is running into the middle a bit. It's probably because I've only got one little cup in between them. Let's just do this again. See if we can. Seems to go to one spot and then just want to run off from there. Alright. Might just give it a torch. See if I can use that to push it towards the edges. I don't want to heat it up too much because I don't want it running off. Yeah, that's what it is. That's too low in the middle. Oop. That's a bit better. Alright. So I've just raised up the middle. I've only got one cup in the middle, in between there. Alright, let's see if we can get this I just want it to the edge. I don't want it really running over. Because I think I've got a bit of a theory with this melamine ones that it's actually sort of not sticking. I did do a muck around the other day just on some, piece of the melamine, and it worked fine. Oops. Now I'm making a mess. Yeah, and it seemed to work fine, but I didn't go anywhere near the edges. So as I said, there's no rhyme or reason in what I'm doing, but this is what I'm worried about. See, it keeps pulling away from the edges. Now I am going to separate these two at this point. Just that little bit. Alright. You know what? Let's just using the runoff to coat the edges. As I said, I don't really want it to run off. I just want it to sit. But I'm a bit concerned that I'm so very not level. Because the runoff I'm getting is all over the shop. Alright. Pop that towards the back. Don't know if I actually want to take them off these cups because I'm guessing these cups are probably, they've had lots of paint and resin and other bits and bobs on them. Okay, let's see if that just sits better. Piece of paper under there, just enough to tilt it back. All right. See, this is pulling away on the edge here, but I'm just going to leave that for now. Just going to grab a cloth, but I'm also seeing it come through down here on the edges as well. So whereas this one looks better because it's a white background, yeah, we'll see what happens. Alright, I'm just going to get something to clean my hands off a bit. Alright, so, okay, that's moved a bit out of shot. Now, what I'm going to do, this is the white that I mixed up. I am going to add a little bit of alcohol. It's like 6 drops. Don't know if that's enough or not. Alright, I'm going to do this like straight across the middle, using some more clear as a barrier, and that has pushed straight through. So now I can see the brown from the board underneath. Hopefully the white makes this all disappear. Alright. And hopefully it doesn't run off too much. Alright, let's do the same on this one. Alright. Just going to torch it that little bit. See, it's pulling off the edges here. Interesting. Alright, now the other thing I want to do... Oh. And I'll use something I've got to hand. I'm going to actually try and sort of swipe. Oops, that was the wrong side to swipe with. As I said, I want to do this to try and get some lacing going on, and it is. Okay, not getting so much on this side, just lots here where I've gone really fine. I don't want to go and get my heat gun because that will just push it around way too much. And as it is, I think half of this is going to fall off anyway. So I need this side to just go up. This one's far more level, I think, because nothing seems to be going too far away. Alright, I'm going to leave that alone for now. We'll see what develops and what doesn't. I think the other day when I did it, and it failed, but it succeeded in the lacing, I actually had a lot more alcohol. So I will look to use more alcohol next time. How is that going right off? Alright, let's leave it there for now and we'll come back later. Okay, so clearly my table isn't level, so I've just moved everything onto these great trivets, which I've just popped in a little box. Now, I wasn't getting much lacing. This one I've just dropped a couple of drops of alcohol. I didn't put a base under this extra line I put in. I didn't put the clear. However, look at the film. Ooh, it's interesting. Alright, so with this one, I actually just sprayed over the top of it. I have no idea how that's going to go. So all I did was use the spray and just squirted from on high. So, and suddenly the lacing appeared heaps better. The swipe gave a nice swipe, but didn't give me any lacing, but yeah, squirting the alcohol. So we'll see how these dry, if they do. As I said, that's still pulling away from the sides there. So, whereas the MDF side without the melamine on it seems to be okay, and I'm not getting anywhere near as much runoff. We'll see what happens. Okay, so next morning I've come to check on the pieces that I did yesterday. This is the one that was on the melamine board. I'm not sure what the sort of film is that's on top, whether that's to do with the alcohol or not, but it has pulled away, or didn't, you know, set at the sides, but there is a nice dome on the edge. But yeah, the edges are not nice. Whoop, let's see if it'll focus. There we go. No pretty edges. Of course, the back's a mess. But using the paint for the white with a little bit of alcohol, some nice effect. Now this is the one I actually sprayed on, which sort of gave me some good cells, but they don't seem to have held form very well. But at the same time, it's a really cool kind of cloud effect. So I've swiped this, I've sprayed it with alcohol. Actually really liking the Emperor colour, or Imperial, or whatever it was called. It's a very dark purple, but the good thing is with the melamine back, I can actually just pick off any bits. So advantage, you can just pick off and clean up the back. You should be able to just scrape it off. Alright, all in all, with the resin itself, I'm not sure. Actually, at the moment, based on, you know, the stuff I've done with it so far, I might actually cast some stuff later today, because it's meant to be a casting resin. But in all honesty, I liked the laminating resin I was using more for art. It seemed to not quite, I don't know, I don't know how to describe it, but got a lot of runoff on this. So yeah, I'll try casting with it and see what that does before I go saying whether I like it or not. I don't know whether I've actually over torched, and that's why I've gotten that sort of filmy look on the top of it. But yeah, never got that on the casting resin, on the laminating resin I was using either. Anyway, yeah, that's that. So the upside is you can actually just spray the isopropyl alcohol on top and get some cool sort of cell-like effects. I'm going to try that again on another one later with using the Liquitex ink for the white, because I'm noticing there is some sort of sandy separation, which I've had quite a bit with the paints. I don't know what it is, whether that's to do just it happens with the paints or not. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.